Spokesperson report 522. Fukuromachi Park, Hiroshima. Let us put an end to aggressive imperialist forces who are scheming World War III. First, the aggressive nature of G7 summit is becoming more obvious. According to the media, Ukraine President Zelensky will attend the G7 meeting in person. Zelensky, a neo-Nazi and a war profiteer, is an unprecedented war criminal who has provoked aggression against Russia as a war puppet of the aggressive US forces and has massacred Russian residents in Ukraine. The truth that this man will attend the G7 meeting will be a clear declaration of war against Russia and an extremely provocative and reckless behavior against Russia. The G7 meeting, which brings together the aggressive imperialist forces and pro-US warmongers, is unleashing not only the nuclear war in the Korean Peninsula and the East Asia, but also a third world war. 2. The imperialist countries are shooting themselves in the foot by announcing economic sanctions against Russia and against at the G7 summit. The US top official says that all G7 countries are preparing to implement new sanctions and exert controls. Especially, 70 companies in Russia and other countries will be put on the blacklist of the US Department of Commerce, and 300 additional sanctions will be imposed. The reason Japan and EU opposed the US plan to ban all exports to Russia in last April is that it is not Russia who has suffered from the economic crisis and collapsing livelihoods caused by sanctions. Last summer, Viktor Orban, Prime Minister of Hungary, likened the sanctions against Russia to the European Union has shot itself in the lungs. The imperialist aggressive countries are again blindly shooting themselves in the lungs. 3. According to these results of the G7 summit, a World War III is inevitable. The aggressive powers led by the US imperialism and planning to prolong the war by turning Ukraine into exhibition for weapons of mass destruction. While in order to expand the battlefield, they are trying to specify in the G7 joint statement to counter any attempts to evade and undermine our sanction measures against Russia, and to maintain peace and stability across the Taiwan Strait. In addition, the main topics of the USA, Japan, South Korea summit will be about sharing real-time North Korea missile information and strengthening trilateral joint military exercises for preemptive strike on North Korea's nuclear weapons. The manipulation of the new Cold War, targeting North Korea, China, and Russia, will lead to the nuclear war on the Korean Peninsula and East Asia, and will also drive the people of the world into a devastation of nuclear war. It is time for the Korean people and all the people of the world to rise up in the anti-imperialist, anti-US struggle to put an end to the US imperialism and the aggressive forces and to prevent World War III. May 20th, 2023. In front of the Fukuromachi, Spokesperson Office of the People's Democratic Party, PDP.